Vaping with the Ohmies. 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 Welcome everybody, welcome to the show. Let me introduce you to some dudes in case you don't know. First we got Aziz all the way from Kuwait. Always got a point when it's time for debate. Oh my Lanta, some call him Dan. Got the dad jokes in the palm of his hand. Boom Sauce McNasty got his eyes on the news. Got his ear to the streets and he's down for the crew. Next up is Clown, the DIY king. Got a juice line and some coils that sing. Then there's a bear who's smarter than average. Quick with a wit, his name Vapor Swaggins. Then there's the homie, we know him as Frames. And too many guests to remember the names. Together they make up this killer vape panel. So hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Vaping with the Ohmies. 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 Vaping with the Ohmies.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vaping with the Ohmies. What's in the news, Boom Sauce? Alright, guys. It's that time for Dan's dad joke of the week. What is going on, Ohmies, and welcome back to another episode of Vaping with the Ohmies. Of course, do I really gotta tell you? It's in the name of the channel. But of course, anybody new, thanks for coming and tuning in and hanging out with us. Fresh start of a fresh new year. We got new opportunities to do some new things, and we'll probably talk a little bit about that and all that good stuff. But thanks for coming and hanging out with us, guys. We appreciate it, but we're going to get into what we're vaping on, as we normally do, to kind of start the show off. I've got a couple things in front of me, not too many, just kind of keeping it pretty simple. And I'm kind of curious to see what the rest of the boys here are vaping on. Of course, we're joined by Mr. Vapor Swaggins tonight. Thanks for coming and hanging out, bro. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So, you know what? Why don't you go ahead and start off, man? What are you vaping on, brother?
For sure. We were getting nostalgic for a second because we were watching the intro.
Yeah, dude. It brings me back every week.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that this is halfway through the third year. More than halfway through. Yeah. Of the Ohmies. Well, to start it off, I'm blocking my microphone. I've got the MK Manciata in Black Carbon Juma, DNA 75C. Yeah, that's what it is. With the Imperia by Vapeware Mods, RTA on top. A little nice matchy drip tip that came with the mod. I like it. Brings it all together. I'm trying to step my game up because I'm in great company. Frames Janklin Vapor, the match king, undisputed. Inside of that, I've got Homeboy Mango because I love Homeboy Mango.
One of my faves, dude.
I've just come to the conclusion that, some people like to just vape one vape setup, and you wonder, how can they vape one vape setup? I've been wondering of my own self. It's like, why do when I find a flavor I like, it's just in everything. I want to diversify, but I'm just accepting. I think 2021 is going to be about accepting the fact that I'm a one juice whore. Speaking of whores, this is a Satburn. Actually has nothing to do with whores, but this is a Satburn Mech Tube 18650. This little guy, brass and stainless, with the S tank on top by Stellar Mods. Inside of there, I'm sure some of you have seen this or even tried it by now. If you haven't, I don't know what you're doing. This is Ben by Rescued. It's a guava lemonade, and it's delicious no matter what time of year it is. Next, I've got the Cycloid version 2.1, little mech squonker, black and white Delrin. I've got the Jenna RDA on top in DLC coating. And inside of there, I've got Deep Cuts,
Yeah.
Blueberry Hill. Delicious. By our friend Vinny over there in Saskatchewan. Love you, Vinny. And last but not least, I've got the Reflex by Evolve Vapor. And inside of there, I've got Cubano in 25 milligram. And that's me. What do you got, Poon Sauce?
It's simple. It's just two set up tonight. So first, I got that AP signature in the black and the white with the Turk FU edition V2, a little DHD chop top to match it all together.
Ooh.
Inside of there, I got some dim from our good friends over at Clockwork, aka Bottle Violence, aka Steel Valley Vapors. And then finally, I got my MK Regina GT4S random 510 that I got with this mod. And the rest of my Hometown Hero Just Watermelon Crush in there. And that's it for me. What about you, James?
All right. Well, I guess I'll start with this guy because I just put it down. Set this guy back up. The words. The Narada Pro from Druga, aka Og Vape. I don't think I've actually done a video on this thing yet, so that might come up sometime soon. Because honestly, I've been enjoying it right now. Because I got a little Breeze Tones mouth to lung alien with a little Chiquita Stay Gold tip on top.
Oh yeah.
Adds a little bit of class to this setup. I gotta say it. It's a pretty classy little, tiny little setup too.
When you vape it, you gotta have your pinky out.
Look at that.
Pinky
Yeah,
out.
Pinky out.
Oh yeah.
Even if it's
dude.
screwed up and bent and
It's
it
just
doesn't go
posh as
straight
fuck
anymore.
right there.
Dude,
Yours is
it's
sexier
solid.
than mine, but this is a dope little mod.
Dude, put some of this in there, a little 12 milligram blast off and some melt to long, dude. I'm actually pretty impressed with how well like this transfers over from like a 3 milligram to like this high nick. Like the flavor still comes through very nice. And it gives you that nick fix that you might need, that little mouth to lung action. I've actually been enjoying it. It's been giving me my blast off fix because I've been out of 3 milligram blast off. But I've had this bottle sitting around for a while. As you guys can see, it's got some good steep time on there just by the color.
Golden.
But yeah, really, really enjoying that. And it actually pairs pretty well with this setup that I got going. Got the K Vapors 21700 little side fire jammy there with the RDA for vaping on top. Custom coated by my main man, fellow co-host on the Shed Time podcast, Mr. Palmer's Powders. Did that beautiful satin white and that matte Jack Black sort of action there. And look at the detail he went on this. And laid the actual like vent holes around the firing bar. If you guys want to hear more about this, my video is actually going to be going up tomorrow. If you guys want to hear my thoughts on this thing. Inside, I've got some Breeze Tones, 28 gauge aliens. Shout outs to Steezy, because the Steez Bronze coils are where it's at. I actually took a wrap off of these guys, drop it down to that 0.11, like 0.1. And dude, 2.5 millimeters, instant ramp up with some Tango Melon. Dude, this is like a reminiscing thing. This is kind of like what started us like kind of going back. I was like, dude, Tango Melon, and then like the next thing you know, we're looking at the intro and looking at like different setups we were vaping on. But dude, Tango Melon's one of those ones, like one of those like liquids that it's just nice to have a bottle around. You know what I mean? Because it's like one of those ones that like I was super hooked on. We all know Swaggins was like all about the Tango Melon for the longest time, and I was just like, anytime I see a bottle, it reminds me of my boy Swags, and I'm just like, you know what? Hell yeah, Tango Melon, because Swaggins, bro. That's why.
Cheers.
And the last setup I've got is the clutch with the Fours RDA by Vapresso. Got a metal AF chop top on there, and I actually have shout outs to my man in chat. He had us on his live stream this past weekend. Shout outs to Lethal Coils. If any guys tuned into the like New Year's stream, I know Poon Sauce made it on. I made it on. I know Swaggin's out doing some stuff with family, but it was a good time getting to hang out with some people. For any of those that didn't really have anything to do, we gave you guys something to do. Come hang out with us, shoot the shit, play some games, win some stuff. It was fun. It was a good time. So shout outs to Lethal and Anthony Ramel for putting that all together. That was a great time. And inside of this, I actually got something that a lot of you probably out there have tried before, and have heard a lot about it. I've heard a lot about it, but never tried it before. And it's some Smacks Pony on Acid. Yeah, ooh. I finally got around to trying some POA, and I was pleasantly surprised. It's actually pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. You got the hype, the hype was real. It's actually a pretty solid liquid. And inside this Forza RD, it's not too bad. I'll actually have a video coming out for this pretty soon as well, guys. So if you guys are interested in checking that out. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it as far as, the buffets go and what we're vaping on. So it's time to throw it over to my main man, Poon Sauce. Of course, like I always tell you guys, if you want to hear more about what might be happening, vape news-wise, check out What's in the News with Poon Sauce and Logan Exhales every other Wednesday on the Poon Sauce McNasty channel. But of course, you guys get a little snippet here on the Ohmies every Monday. So it's time to just hit that beautiful bumper and find out what's new. Fuck, I can't talk today. What's in the news, Poon Sauce?
Okay, since New Year, we're getting ready for a new administration in the Oval Office and the presidency. So I found, our good friend from What's in the News, Mr. Jim McDonald, put together pretty much what Biden's health team is kind of going to be looking at, and what we're going to be kind of in the runnings of people we have to keep our attention directed towards when it comes to fighting on Twitter. So it has possible choices for the HHS secretary, and then it has possible head of the CDC director, possible new head of the FDA, Surgeon General, all the stuff you're looking for when it comes to who to target your voice towards when it comes to the new presidency coming up. So I believe Olivia should be dropping that link in chat any minute now. But this is a good little tool for anybody to wondering what is the next step of who we're supposed to direct on Twitter. It's not none of that is really official until they get appointed, just letting you know. But these are people that you can kind of get ready to go to see if they have a Twitter and start following them on Twitter, so you can easily get towards them once everything gets put through. But yeah, this is a great little thing to have bookmarked, just to kind of have this, just look over it, just see, okay, new possible HHS secretary, new CDC director, FDA head, and all that stuff. And because it tells you a little bit about each person of how they've been involved with it in the past, and just kind of a little bit of their medical / professional background as well. So it's a nice little read. I highly recommend everybody taking a look at it, just to kind of be up to date a little bit. But yeah, other than that is all I got for a little bit of news today.
Awesome.
We're still kind of dealing with the backlash of the omnibus bill going through. So we're still waiting for the USPS to come out with their.
Can I talk about one other thing that was in the omnibus bill that was kind of brought up on the podcast? It's totally not vape related or anything.
Oh, is it about the aliens?
It's about the UFOs, bro. Yeah. They got 180 days to tell us if there's any UFOs, guys.
Yeah.
My dad's probably real excited about this because he's super into ancient aliens.
They dropped him in the volcanoes.
Yeah, right? Dude. I want to know, man. I want to know. But anyways, thank you for that, Corey. Of course, there's a link in chat for you guys, as always, from our amazing moderator, a.k.a. Olivia Lee. So go over there, go check it out if you guys want to learn some more about this. And, of course, keep up with anything news advocacy related by checking out What's in the News with Poon Sauce and Logan Exhales every other Wednesday on the Poon Sauce McNasty channel. Damn, dude. You should have recorded that because that's a good-ass fucking promo, dude. Promo frames for you, man. Anyways, with that, dude, new year, new opportunities. And I know there's one thing that one of us here on the panels is going to be trying to, do this year. That's something a little different that I'm actually kind of excited for. Not only, for me, because I might learn something new, but I'm excited for them to, kind of embark on, a new avenue of content creation. And with that, Poon Sauce, dude, you got something new coming up, bro. Yeah. You want to talk about it a little bit?
Sure, I could kind of spoil it a little bit now that I've kind of talked about it.
Spoil the shit out of it.
So, starting this year, I'm going to dabble with reviewing beer. Which
dude.
is going to be a fun little thing. I kind of have gained my knowledge on my own. I've kind of self-taught myself when it comes to knowledge about the craft beer industry.
Do you have the book right there handy? Do you have the book? It's got to be handy.
Your manuscript?
It's over here somewhere. Where the fuck did it go? Hold, please.
I'm just glad that we can see everything you're doing right now.
Dude, can we talk about that too?
Disappear into the haze.
HD Poon Sauce.
It's here somewhere.
Anyways, he's got this
the past week,
this book of beer knowledge that he's actually been reading, and I've seen it. It's got sticky notes and shit. He's actually doing some research, guys, which is pretty cool.
It's like the almanac from the future.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna be doing some live beer reviews. It's gonna be an interesting little endeavor because I never thought I'd get to the point where it's like, when I made my channel, it's like I never wanted to be the reviewer type, even though it's like I feel like I can kind of get away with it easier when it comes to reviewing beer because it's something that I can easily focus on.
I love what Matt said more. I thought you were coming out with an album, Poon Sauce Sings. Dude.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Songs
That's not happening.
songs of Poon Sauce.
But yeah, I'm excited to kind of go down the endeavor. Anthony Ramella is kind of working on something for me right now because I'm not going to do the whole recorded side of things. They're going to be live. So
why not, man?
Kinda,
shoot the shit when you do it, man. That'd be fun.
Yeah, because I'm going to like ask some questions, talk to chat a little bit while I'm drinking the beer, kind of giving my thoughts through drinking the beer and all that stuff. It's going to be fun.
It'd be like a little hangout.
Yeah, people are going to learn some things when it comes to, I guess, what I know about beer, because I don't want to say I'm like an expert because I'm definitely not that, but I've gained some knowledge. I'm kind of confident.
Can you give us a little taste, if you will, of what you know about beer?
So let's say I bring in an IPA and I'll pretty much tell you what hops are in and all that kind of stuff. And I'll give you my experience of when it comes to different hops in a beer, like what usually notes I usually get off, because each hops gives you a different taste. Like some will give you a more piney taste. Some will give you a more citrusy taste. Some will give you like that more dank kind of just straight in your face, kind of just pungent.
Gardening tools.
Yeah, like it's hard for me to say that it doesn't kind of coexist with cannabis a little bit, because when you say dank, people that are in the cannabis game exactly know what that means.
No, I totally 100% know.
And James, because I've sent James, Sean, and Ashton, all of them some beers where dank was in the flavor palette a little bit, in a good way. It's like I'm gonna try to have to do where I'm gonna actually have food recommendations for the beer you're gonna be drinking. So it's like
nice.
So like if you're drinking this beer, a good thing to like eat with it. So I have that in the works, and yeah, I'm just excited to have some fun. I might have a couple guests. I'm gonna try to maybe, if there's ever to a point where I can have somebody that works at a brewery or a brewmaster from that brewery come on and have a beer with me, that would be awesome too. So I might be looking into kind of getting that avenue.
Now I'm really curious. I'm curious about, are you going to be, because I haven't watched a lot of beer reviewers or alcohol reviewers, but I've watched a few people who do whiskey and scotch. And my question to you is, are you going to actually be drinking the alcohol, or are you going to like have a spit cup?
No, I'm going to drink it. I'm not going to put that good beer to waste. Definitely.
Come on, it's Poon Sauce, bro.
Well, because you got to look at it too, because the flavor that it's, because I've had the experience before where it's, let's say I've had like kind of a milkshake IPA where it was a cherry. It tastes really good up front, but the more the temperature starts to get towards that area of room temperature, the flavor starts to change. And so like, let's say your first experience with the beer can be completely different than possibly halfway, or when you're down to those last little.
I can attest to that, because when I was up hanging out with Ashton, I picked up this boysenberry blackcurrant sour from Belching Beaver. And at the beginning, when it was ice cold, it was nice, delicious, had a nice tartness to it, but you got like the nice sweetness of the berries. But as it got warmer, it got tartar and to the point where I couldn't even drink it anymore, because it was just like instant like pucker face. As soon as it hit your tongue, it was just that tart. But when it was cold, man, it was delicious.
Tasted like butthole.
I'll kind of give you guys a little bit of a teaser of something that, because I always kind of send beers to the Shed Time Podcast boys that kind of fit both fancies, where beer and kind of how they're cannabis kind of podcast.
Well, they are sister plants.
Yeah. So I got one for the boys today called Pineapple Blunt Cake. So it's a fruited Berliner Weiss, kind of like a pineapple upside down cake, like fruited sour kind of thing. So pretty much, where does it say? One whiff of today's pineapple blunt cake is liable to give you a serious case of the munchies.
That sounds fantastic.
So over 50 pounds of pineapple and cherry puree in every barrel. So I'm excited to talk to the boys about that. And plus I already have one at the house that I'm just waiting to send to them, because I'm going to send everything at once. So they're going to each get 2 beers. So that's going to be a fun little thing to endeavor with. Plus, that's kind of the reason why I haven't been drinking that many beers lately, because I want to save all what I have for content. Because it's not like vape reviewing to where you can do it anytime because it's not going anywhere. If you only have one of a certain beer, pretty much there goes your freaking chance of drinking it after you have it.
It's gone.
Yeah. So
Well, that's cool, man. Because that's interesting to hear. Because like I know you've been dabbling with the whole like beer subscription thing that you have going on in your area, picking up different styles and different types of things, and looking for different things within certain brewing styles that you enjoy, and then also kind of branching out. Because I know you've kind of been dabbling with like a lot of sours and stuff, which is something that's a little bit new for you. So I'm interested to see your thoughts on things, and
I'm gonna be getting all kinds of stuff for it, like stuff that I kind of gave up on before, but I'm gonna try to get back into them again just for the sake of giving my thoughts on a beer that I may not be fully into, and kind of see what other people think about it. Because like the wild ales and maybe some of the saisons kind of don't go towards my like fancy of what I like in a beer, but who knows?
Well, dude, that'd be interesting, man.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
That'd be cool too. And if you do them live, you always have the opportunity, bring someone on with you, come talk about something, or that'd be cool, man.
It's just like it's kind of like it's gonna be a laid back kind of chill, just talk about the beer, what my thoughts are, and just it's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Breestones right
mozzarella.
Yeah, what was that, Swags?
Mozzarella flavor.
Yeah.
Mozzarella.
To go with these chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what you're.
Or Baja Blast.
Yeah, dude. If you got some fucking blast off, dude. Dude, you got your fucking Mountain Dew with your nuggies, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, chicken nuggets sound delicious now.
That sounds delicious.
No, I'm not going to review White Claw, Matt. I'm not that basic of a white bitch. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
Hey, man.
That is like the ultimate basic white girl drink.
Hey, we don't discriminate here. A man and a woman. I mean, a women.
Oh, man. Anywho. Dude, another conversation that we were kind of having before, this doesn't really have anything to do with beers, but like it kind of goes back to the whole Tango Melon thing, is because we were talking about liquids that like we have sitting around, and it's probably a conversation that's been brought up before in the past. I'm sure we probably even talked about it, but we've talked about a lot of things here, so sometimes they might come up again. Because who knows? Maybe some of you out there weren't here the last time we talked about it, but who out there has a bottle of liquid that may be past the quoted expiration date on the bottle and doesn't fear vaping it, or maybe you're the other way around where it's past the expiration date and you're like, no, that's it. Like, when is e-liquid bad? When is it no good to vape anymore? Is it when it's like motor oil, like Corey's liquids that he vapes?
Oh, come on, not all of them are motor oil.
Or is it just like a year, 2 years? Does the nicotine go bad? This is kind of just a question, for everybody. Even you guys out there in chat, if you have an opinion on this, it's just kind of, a topic to talk about. You know what I mean?
In my opinion, will always be to where no matter what the color of it, if it doesn't taste good, it doesn't taste good. So like, if it's something like how steep this bottle of Parade Maker is,
God, dude,
it's pretty dark, but the flavor is as good as ever. So it's
that could also be the ingredients that contribute to the dark.
Like you have hazelnut toffee and sugar cookie. Those things together will probably steep a lot quicker. So it's like, because you see,
but that's what's tough, though.
I got this bottle around the same time. I remember. Remember this one, the Fire. Remember that Dan used to vape this one.
Palmer's Powder says, "Well, if your poon sauce expiration dates don't apply."
See, got them around the same time, and one's more steep than the other. So it's just kind of the flavors that go in there.
Taste.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if it tastes like shit when it's dark, don't vape it. But if it still tastes good, if you're willing to re-wick after maybe 1.5 tanks full of it, go right ahead. Yeah. That's what I have to do with these dark ones. This
is where I kind of stand on it for me. If you're storing your liquid, properly, in a cool, dark place, I don't see any reason why you couldn't, use a liquid that is a year or 2 years old. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's been stored correctly and it's not like been out in direct sunlight or anything like that. And why not, man? Because I have bottles here that I've had for, probably a good year or two that I still pick up and vape from time to time. There are some, though, that, when they get crazy, crazy dark and, they're about a year or two old, me personally, I'm like, because I know I'm going to have to re-wick like crazy because of how dark the liquid is. Yeah. That's just how I am. So it's like most of the time I'll pass on those. But most of the time, if it still looks like a decent color and, it still, knuckles well and it doesn't have like a peppery taste, because when nicotine starts to go bad, it'll get like kind of like a peppery sort of taste or flavor to it. So as long as it's stored correctly, I don't see why you can't have a bottle that's a year or two old and still vape it. That's how I feel about it. What about you, Swags? Where do you kind of feel or sit on this?
Yeah, generally, that's the thing. It's like a lot of us, especially in the time we're in now, it's relevant to kind of wonder, right, well, how much am I stocking up on and how long will this last? And honestly, like if you follow what James said and you keep it stored properly, it will stretch the life of that years, where you can just kind of leave it alone. You don't crack the bottle, so no air gets to it. It's sealed. But if you have bottles that have been opened or even unopened, but most of the time, if you have like a half vape bottle or whatever, or a 3/4 vape bottle, whatever it is, but you've opened it up and you've put it somewhere, like if you've left it there for a while, that's why I have like vape rags. I have microfiber rags in the bottom of one of my juice drawers, because if they start to perspire and they're like kind of slimy to the touch on the outside of the bottle, then it's more so just the fact that the bottle and the chemicals in the juice and the bottle have kind of broken down, and you need to get rid of that anyways, because now you have plastic seeping into your juice, which is food grade plastic. But I mean, you leave it soaking for years, the nicotine is corrosive. It's gonna break down, right?
Or if you notice like you have a steep liquid and then say you start to taste some of that plastic in your liquid, that's one other sign of just throw the bottle away.
Yeah.
That's like when you have an old liquid, I highly recommend when you're putting that first tank in there, just get it enough to where it's filling up. If it has a juice flow control or where that juice is getting sucked into the cotton, fill it up just to over that. Just to make sure the cotton keeps getting saturated, and make sure, and you can go through it over time to where if it gets to a point where it starts tasting funky, you're not just dumping out an entire tank.
Right. Or thinking, like, that brings up a good point, that a lot of the times you don't even think about it being the juice that's the culprit. Like when you're vaping out of your tank or whatever, and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, this tastes like pennies. I need to re-wick, or I need to rebuild this. And then you rebuild it or you re-wick it and you're like, wow, this still tastes like shit. What's going on? And then you like put it in the ultrasonic and really give it a thorough clean. Save yourself like the agony. Like that's agony to me, the idea of having to break down and rebuild and re-wick an RTA several times. Like be like, oh, maybe I should check my juice. Because I mean, sometimes you pull a bottle out, right? And you just start vaping on it. It's a 120 mil. And so you're just sitting there vaping on it, and then there's like 60 mils left in it, and so you're not thinking, and you do a couple tanks, and then all of a sudden it starts to taste weird. Or you just buy this and you don't vape anything else. You just go through the 100 mils at pace, right?
Yeah, dude, that kind of brings us to like another point too, is because like this is something that we were talking about before, is like even like you in particular, Swaggins, and there's many other people out there in chat that I know that are kind of like this. Is there any? I really want to know, anybody out there in chat, if you guys are one of these people, let us know. But is anybody else out there kind of like Swags, like when he had that long stint of like everything and it was all Tango Melon, you know what I mean? For like, it was almost like a good like 2-year stretch, like solid,
it was 2 years every day.
Yeah. Is there anybody else out there that's kind of been hooked on, like found that one liquid that like, it's just like everything else just doesn't do it for him, but as soon as like you vape that, it's like, yeah, this is home. This is what I need. This is where it's at. Like,
well, look at what Danielle does. She gets Helen all the time
from Landco.
Yeah, that's
dude.
all she gets.
Another person, Ashton Palmer, for the longest time was Bloodbath.
Yeah,
but from Nick Drips, that that strawberry red vines, that was like his daily for 5 years, nothing but Bloodbath. He says it right there.
I know
in the
DC
chat.
Has one. He always has. I think
Boo Boo, from
Silverback.
Silverback.
From Silverback, that's his like go-to liquid.
Yeah, dude. Dude, it's funny that we're talking about it, because I didn't really think of how many people I know that are like this until we started like talking about
I'm trying to think of
Will from
else.
Steel Valley Vapors, like he's strictly either caramel or toffee
Mr.
custard.
Mimosa.
And Mr. Mimosa, that bottled violence toffee custard. That's like where they're at. Matt Sinister says, for 2 years I vaped gummy glue.
I can probably say one that I've recognized Matt vaping a lot is that Taffy Splash. He does a lot of the
I think
Taffy
that's
Splash.
more of a newer one. I would say one that's more so for him would probably be when I first like met Matt Sinister. Rocket Blast was something he was
Oh
always.
yeah, Rocket
vaping
Blast
on.
was definitely one.
Was one of those ones.
And we're talking like this. We're not talking like, oh, it's my favorite because I always have it going in something, right? This is like 10 setups.
Yeah, where
all
it's like
day,
in everything.
every day, nothing else.
Like Michelle with her clove. Like
Yeah,
that's
it.
it. She's like top of the line when we're talking about this.
Yeah.
Dude, I would say there was a good stint where like I would have other things set up for like the shows and stuff, but it was all I was vaping was blast off. You know what I mean? I went through that was that period where I went through like 13 bottles within like 3 months. Dude, I was just like, I was just going through it, and it was like I would have like two or three setups with
Weren't
just
you having
blast
that
off
competition with Uncle Chris?
No, it was Dan, Uncle Chris. There was a few of us that were in it, and then slowly people dropped off, and
I crashed and burned on this stuff. Literally, I have a drawer full of 120 mils of this. Like I probably have 20 bottles full. That someday I'll get back into them, I hope. Yeah, but I fell off the wagon hard on this shit.
Well, because I think you vape nothing but that after I introduced you to it for like at least 2 years, I feel like.
Right.
It was solid, dude. Solid.
And then it trickled off into this.
Yep.
Yeah, Pango.
And then that
dude,
trickled
I've noticed
I
noticed the key flavor in all of these liquids, mango.
Yeah.
Mango, I guess say for Swaggins, mango is life, bro, 100%. Because even, dude, I remember back in the day, dude, like when we first started hanging out, and this is like back when Nick salts were like the big thing, and even I was on the salts. Like, we were all about the mango salts, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, I still have a bottle right here, bro.
Dude. That's the
stuff,
jam right there.
This was the one, dude. But dude, 50 milligram, I cannot do. That's why it's literally still sitting here.
Another one for me is when I used to still look for my salts. So I used to get a Jewel, and those mango pods were fucking crack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude,
you can never find them, but they were crack.
The Bow Vapor mango was like my favorite.
Mango Swaggins, yeah, dude. That should be your name now.
A sweet mango juice that
dude,
is somewhere in the realm of this. Is like all I would like someday if it comes to DIYing, it's going to be pretty simple for me because it's going to be simple syrup.
It's just simple syrup, mango.
It's just going to be sugar and mango.
There was one mango flavor that I had that I got in an expo probably a few years ago that was pretty good. It was called Mango Tiger. It was just a straight fresh mango flavor and it was delicious. So, but it's like not towards that point where it's like you could tell like mango is the main focal point of it. They didn't go like back down the realm where it's like adding dragon fruit to like change the flavor a little bit, or how Dwayne did adding blackcurrant, and it was awesome. But it's like you get some of these ones that add that extra dimension that just boost that mango flavor even more, and those are the ones that I feel like would be the harder ones to get off of.
Dude, this kind of segues into like a different, kind of end of the whole liquid range. Is there a liquid that you've tried like within the past, like just like I don't know, however long you want to go back, like that you've tried that's been like out of your realm, like profile wise, that you normally would not vape and got a hold of and were like, hey, this is actually pretty damn good. Like, have either one of you had a liquid that's come across your desk like in the past like year or two that's like really like kind of like, whoa, didn't think I was gonna like this, but dude, see,
my first experience with it wasn't good because even Overdrip was with us because we all had the same first experience of it when Dan had it to set up. I don't know what the hell Dan was going what was going on in his setup at the time. But when we first tried Boule, Chris and Sammy didn't like it at all. There was something in his setup that made it just something feetish came to mind when it came to the setup.
But dude,
the moment I picked up my own bottle and put it in my own setup, holy hell.
I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised by Boule too, man, to be honest. Because like I've been searching for a solid banana liquid for like the longest time. That was like actually like, like a banana, not like, even though technically candied bananas are more like realistic bananas than actual bananas are now. But we can get into that conversation a different time. Dude, I was actually pleasantly surprised by it because I was looking for something like that kind of banana bread-esque sort of situation. And with this, you get like that nice banana with that like sponge cake that kind of like took that like banana bread flavor for me and just like was like, yeah, you don't need that. You just need the sponge cake instead. And it's just like, oh yeah, this is good. But I'm trying to think of another one that I've tried recently that I was actually kind of surprised by.
What about that pear one? You know, the spiced pear yogurt
That one,
or ricotta cheese?
not so much, bro.
Paramount, yeah. I didn't like Paramount, but I mean, there were a lot of people.
Dude, honestly, it wasn't bad. It was interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't like fall in love with it, but it was interesting. You know what? Let's just
good,
do this.
It's a good flavor palette changing.
Let's just pull out the old box of liquids here and
Yeah.
just see what I got in here. You know what? 2 liquids that popped out. I don't have a physical bottle for one of them because all I had was the prototype bottle. But this one right here, Blueberry Hill, because I'm not a big blueberry. I don't like blueberries really all that much in real life. Like,
It's delicious.
I'll have a blueberry muffin every now and then if I've got like a kick for it, but it's not like something I search for all the time. It's like once in a blue moon, like maybe once a year, I'll have like a blueberry something. And dude, this stuff I was actually pleasantly surprised by. Also, along the same lines is Oliver from Rescued, the blueberry custard that they released for the pack leader.
You know what they say
fell
about
in
it?
love with, dude. That stuff is delicious.
The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, as they say.
You know a liquid line that I actually really enjoyed that I really don't see around anymore? I don't even know if they're still around. Remember Rounds?
Rounds had some good stuff. But dude, those are a few for me. I'm going to kind of scroll through chat and see. Matt Sinister says Blast Off was one for him. Hell yeah, dude. Glad to hear you like that one. Let's see what else we've got in here. Advocate for Liberty says Benthol was one he tried that he enjoyed. Benthol's an interesting one, man. Like, I'll definitely say the flavor on it's nice, but you got to like menthol to like Ben. In my opinion,
yeah, the menthol hits you in the fucking face.
Dude, oh, you know what? That too, Uncle Chris. Georgie from Clockwork Vapor was one that kind of like threw me for a loop. Because it's like one of the most realistic like hot fudge sundae vapes that I've had. Because you can actually kind of taste like the peanut. It's got like a nice hot fudge, you know, like actual like hot fudge chocolatey flavor to it with like a creamy vanilla. Pretty good stuff. Yeah, even Wire Talk with Big G says Blast Off was fucking delicious. Hell yeah, dude. What else we got out here? Cloud Express Lemon Gelato? Limoncello? Dude, I don't even know if I've heard of that one before. I'll have to check that out.
I just pulled one out of the drawer that's definitely going to be...
Dude, honestly, Braystones, I want to try some Frank and Atticus liquids, bro. I've heard a lot of good things about them from like you and a few other people. And I would definitely
You better not take the ones that are coming in on Thursday. Because those are going to me. There's a couple Frank and Atticus liquids in that package.
You might be missing a bottle or two, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. Let's see. What else we got out here? Anybody else got anything interesting? Lemon Cake by the One. Is that one good? Is that a good like lemon like bakery?
Yeah,
Is it good? Is it like harsh on your coils though? Because I've heard some of like the One liquids are pretty heavy.
Dude, that stuff kills your coils. There's so much sweetener in it, but it's delicious. Ender's other game said She's a Dime, which doesn't kill your coils.
That one's the one. That one's just, if you haven't had She's a Dime, do yourself a favor, grab yourself a bottle just to have around. Because you know what, it's nice to kind of grab, throw in like an RDA or like a nice little RTA or something, or even like a nice little restricted flavor banger. Because you get like that nice, you know, key lime.
Dude, I feel like a sophisticated, you know, European. Like I feel like I could be sitting, you know, getting breakfast with the espresso and you know some pastry outside of the like looking at the Coliseum, and I'd be vaping on She's a Dime because it's just got that flavor profile. It's just like it goes with a delightful adventure.
There's one that I'm pretty excited to get into.
Here's another one off the top that I just got in recently too. I don't even have a bottle of it because I killed it. Is that Pumpkin AF from M Turk, dude?
I still gotta try that.
That stuff right there is banging, bro. That little bit of butterscotch in there with that pumpkin like spice like cookie or like I don't know. I kind of get like a cookie flavor from it, but it's supposed to be like a pumpkin pie sort of situation.
Yeah.
Dude, that stuff is delicious, man.
This stuff's good. Pumpkin flan.
See, I need to try that one too, man. I haven't had a chance to try any of the Batman stuff, and I've been sleeping on it. I need to.
Got one that
put
my
an order
brother
for
actually
some.
recommended to me. It's a tiramisu custard by The Finest.
Ooh, that sounds tasty.
I could go for a tiramisu right now.
For
So
real.
having that kind of coffee cake, like coffee custard, I guess you can kind of put in that realm.
Yeah, a couple
Where it's
people are
like-
saying Shamrock Cookie was one that surprised them. And yeah, and honestly, like the Homeboy Mango is
awesome.
that's my favorite one out of the entire line. I wasn't a huge fan of the punch for me personally. Not saying it's bad, it's just not. I don't know. Maybe the fruit mix isn't just my.
Fire.
But the mango, dude, is where it's at, and the heads isn't bad either, bro. Haven't tried the watermelon, but I'm not really a huge watermelon fan. So
I didn't like it. I piffed it.
Oh, dude, this one too. Shout outs to Smider Man out there at Queen City Vapors out there in Canada. He sent me some of this stuff. This Lift Elevate, which is like a vanilla waffle cone. And dude, this stuff is pretty fucking tasty.
I'm gonna go right with Ashton. I'm gonna agree with him by wanting to try some of the super good liquids.
Dude, I need to
Holy
try
hell.
Blemon. Just because of Monaco Mechman, I need to try Blemon.
I need to just get my hands on the older freaking like.
This is the
desserty
first
kind
time
of vapes.
hearing of it.
And then, oh crap, there was another one. Oh, with the Frank and Atticus stuff I'm getting in, I'm actually going to be able to get my hands on a little DIY Legends liquid, which I'm super excited. I'm getting a hold of some of Paul, Mr. Labworks, Event Horizon with it. So he's sending me that one. I'm excited to freaking finally dabble with on what Paul's flavor palette is like, because we can all agree his flavor palette on some of his recipes are very complex. And so I'm kind of curious at how he looks at things when it comes to how he makes his liquids.
Matt says you got him hooked on Lemonberry. Were you one of the ones who no? I think Uncle Chris suggested it to him actually. Yeah, Lemonberry is a good one too. It's definitely a sweeter
Lemonberry's great.
liquid. But yeah, man, dude, there's all kinds of good ones out there.
Just started it all. Lemonberry.
Dude,
At least for the
Lemonberry was
Stooges.
my first dabble with Transistor, and then Tango Melon, and dude, there's a couple other ones from Transistor that I enjoyed too, man.
Nectosphere is good.
Nectosphere.
LSD
I didn't
is
want to
good.
bring it up.
LSD was another really good one.
Lemon Sugar Drop, that's my all-time favorite. from
Nazo's
that.
delicious out of a dripper.
I like Nazo out of a tank more. Like in a dripper, it's too harsh for me. There's some liquids that when it
Oh,
comes
it's
to just
definitely harsh, but pretty much all of the transistor fruits are a little harsh.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? And this stuff too, bro. Just because it's an official liquid now.
still waiting for the website to be up. Still waiting for
Either
the
one,
website.
the vanilla or the butterscotch, you cannot go wrong. These are my
I'm with
favorite
that website's
custards.
up. I'm buying a bottle of
My
it.
favorite custards, hands down, and I'm not just saying that because Uncle Chris is
All
my
I'm
boy.
saying is, Chris, hurry the fuck up.
I'm saying that because it's real, guys. That shit is delicious, and don't worry, you guys will be able to get your hands on it soon.
Yeah, Beautiful Disaster is good. Galactic Milk, yep.
Dude, there's all kinds of good ones, man. But with that, we are kind of running down to about the last 15 minutes or so of the show. So why don't we start getting ready to compile some songs for this, the playlist. You know, we do got that thing that we
Yeah, I
do.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
Let me get logged in real
maybe
quick.
do that.
Beautiful Disaster. That stuff
Dude,
was
that was a
delicious
good
for
one too.
minute.
Galactic Milk. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that, but I did hear a lot of people
That
really
one
enjoyed
was-
that one as well, man.
It was good until it wasn't anymore. That was
Yeah.
one that surprised me.
Dude,
Yeah.
man, there's so many things, bro. So many things. Dude, even like device-wise that I tried this year that were out of my range that like I got more into like mouth to lung and restricted direct lung sort of situations this year. That was kind of interesting, man. And it's cool to see the parallels of different liquids in different setups, you know? Like I've always noticed it, but like it's definitely more prevalent from like bouncing back and forth when I've got like a restricted direct lung and then like an actual direct lung that have the same liquid, because I was doing that for a while with Boule and seeing the difference in it. Like literally take a rip off of the, you know, like the ether and a restricted direct lung, and then
Yeah.
you know, pick up something more airy, a little bit
That's-
cloudier, and I was like, whoa, you get definitely a little bit more creaminess out of the restricted direct lung and a little bit more fuller flavor, but it's still pretty tasty in a, you know, just regular direct lung setup. So seeing that parallels this year was cool. But yeah, with that, guys, let's go ahead and hit this beautiful bumper here for the Vaping with the Ohmies music playlist. And let's add some songs on here, guys. So, of course, you guys out there in chat have an opportunity to get some added on to the playlist this week. We'll have Swags and Poon Sauce pick out one each after we all go through here and pick out some stuff. So once Corey gets his little Spotify thing pulled up there, we'll go ahead and start adding some things on to the list. So let's see here. Let me go ahead and pull up my stuff here. And let's see. Why don't you go ahead and start it off, Corey? You got anything?
Okay, well, I'm going to go with, since a little bit of, if you guys aren't into the whole metal scene, a good one. We lost a good one. Former frontman and co-founder of Children of Bodom, Alexi Leho, passed away. So I think I'm going to add some Children of Bodom to the playlist. So I'm going to go with Are You Dead Yet? From their album Are You Dead Yet?
From that album Are You Dead Yet? Yeah.
So that's
I guess we know his answer.
Yeah.
Too soon?
Nah, it's kind of
contextual.
Yeah.
All right.
They're a nice little Finnish black metal, death metal kind of scene, but
yeah.
What about you, Swags? You have something you want to throw up?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure if I've done this before, but either way, I guess it'd be fine to have it twice. I'm going to go with Homicide featuring Eminem by Logic.
Ooh, a nice one, dude.
Yeah, it's legit. It'll get you pumped.
I'm trying to find a good one here. Let's see. Let's do...
Yeah, gee, I guess it happened. I heard the news this morning, so it's kind of a shitty one because I know Children of Bodom has been around for fucking ever when it comes to like kind of that overseas metal scene. I mean, they're like one of the poster child for when you look at like a Finnish kind of black metal, death metal, where somebody's standing in front of a church or something with corpse paint on, church is on fire kind of thing. Yeah, they're one of the bands that you'd fucking think of. Finnish and like Norwegian black metal don't fuck around.
You know what? I'm gonna put this one on here. This is a song I actually used to listen to quite a bit. You know, when I was in my early 20s. The Ain't No Rest for the Wicked by Cage the Elephant. Might not be a popular song for everybody, but it's one that I actually kind of like, man.
I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed Cage the Elephant. They had quite a few bangers.
I just like their sound, man. They're a little different, you know?
Alternative, yeah.
So back to you, Corey.
Oh, let's look. I don't know, this week I really haven't been... The past 2 weeks, I don't know, I really haven't been listening to much music, but there's one song that I listened to from like kind of a side project of various bands that I enjoy. They kind of started up. So I'm going to go with the song Pale Tongues by Darko.
Ooh, Pale Tongues.
Or Pale Tongue. I don't know S in it, but... go ahead, Swaggins.
Yeah, I will choose for my next song, Good Luck by Broken Bells. That's the collaboration band between the frontrunner of the Shins and the producer of the Gorillaz. Broken Bells.
What about you, James?
I'm gonna go with Sweatpants by Childish Gambino. I'm gonna have to send you the link to it though. Don't worry, I got you.
I think I got it. 3 minutes long.
It's like 2 minutes 47 seconds.
Well, I think it is because it's like Roman numerals and then sweatpants.
Yep, that's the one.
Oh yeah,
Or Sweatpants, that one, dude. Childish Gambino.
That track bangs.
Yeah, dude, that was one of the first tracks that like really like I was like, dude, Gambino's actually pretty dope.
He kind of goes off sometimes.
Yeah,
pretty
dude.
Cool.
So that's my last pick. So is that it for all of us? We all picked two?
Yes.
All right, so that means Swags, Poon Sauce. Go ahead and start scrolling through chat and seeing if there's anything good out there that pops out at you
I'm gonna
guys.
do
to throw
one
on the
that I
list.
saw in here, even though he's been in here plenty of times, but Tim and Avic for Liberty kind of just took me by one. I'm gonna do with One More Rep by Australian Death Machine because a fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger themed metal band. Yes, please.
All right.
And I'm gonna choose. I saw one that stuck out to me. I'm gonna choose from friend of the show, Matt Sinister, Paul Simon. You Can Call Me Al.
Nice. Very nice. So thank you guys out there in chat for your picks. Thank you guys here on the panel for your picks as well. It's been, 2020 was a crazy year, guys, but 2021 is a new year for new opportunities and for new things to happen. And better time to maybe if you need to change perspective on how you look at things, look at the brighter side, not look at what you can't do, but look at what you can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Forget the can't, forget the won't, forget the don't, forget the won'ts. Change that to I can, I do, I will. That sort of thing. That's been my like resolution for this year, is to be more of like I can, building myself up instead of tearing myself down, and letting all the superficial shit just roll off the back. You know what I mean? If it's not going to affect my life and deter me from doing the things I need to do, then there's no point in focusing about it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
There's no point. So that's going to be my main focus for 2021. You know what I mean? Last year was a crazy year, but if you guys watched the green room last week, we kind of looked back and out of all the bullshit that's happened, there's quite a few good things that ended up actually coming out of last year. When in the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean? So as long as we keep that positive state of mind and that positive outlook, and continue to, like Swaggin says, don't let our dreams be dreams. Kind of keep pushing towards those goals that we want to meet, and all we can do is go up from there. You know what I mean?
Dude, honestly, turning negative circumstances into positive outcomes. I said
Goddamn right.
I said that at the beginning of 2020, and I'm still here. And honestly, it's actually a good exercise to look back at the last year and try and find the positives that did happen. And I think that you'll be surprised at how much positive there was, despite the overarching kind of umbrella of negative, that there was over everything.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, of course, if you guys didn't have a chance to check out the live stream that we did on Lethal's channel for the new year, go over there, go check it out, because it was a great time. It was, just good times with good people. Go show him some support. Shout outs to Anthony Romello as well for putting that together, and all the amazing people that were able to come and hang out with us that night. Thank you, Matt Sinister. Just reminded me to upload my video for you guys on this guy after the stream, because forgot to do it earlier today, so that's going to be going up.
Now I can delete my reminder, which is going to
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that big time, man. You're the MVP for tonight. So, of course, guys, stay tuned for another episode next Monday right here on the channel with Poon Sauce. Hopefully, Clown will be back with us next week. And we're going to have some special guests on the show. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just say just keep an eye out, because it's going to be a good show. There's some some things have gone on, and I want to say this. I just want to say condolences go out to Scott Zegans, his family. We haven't had a chance to address it yet. He was a friend of ours, a great member of our community, and it was it's sad to hear the news. And I know that there's a show that's being put together to kind of raise some money to help his family over on I believe on Heavy's channel. For the Never Heard of Him crew is going to be putting on like a fundraiser show, and I think next week they might be coming on to come and talk about it, give you guys a little bit more info, what's going on, what they're going to be doing. I know they're going to be doing some sort of like raffle waffle sort of situation. So if you guys want to know how to take part in that and all that good stuff, stay tuned, because I think we're going to be talking about that next week, guys. So if you guys want to hang out with us there and participate and kind of help give back to his family in their time of need, we would greatly appreciate it, guys. So stay tuned. That would be the 11th, same time, same place, right here on the channel. And with that, guys, just sending our love to his family, and just just out to the community in general, guys. You guys are like family, you know what I mean? Whether we've met in person or not, the fact that you guys come and hang out with us every week and continue to spread the positive vibes that we try to spread. You guys are all family to us, and it's always sad to see one of us leave, but it's always awesome to see us come together and help those in these times of need, guys. So we would greatly appreciate anybody that can participate and just kind of come help show some support. So with that, we're going to go ahead and end out the show, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to my man Poon Sauce to let him know, or let you guys know what he's got coming up in the next upcoming weeks.
Well, no show this week for What's in the News because we had our show last week. So stay tuned for another episode of What's in the News next week. And hopefully in the next coming weeks, you'll be able to stay tuned for a possible starting of beer reviews. So keep an eye out for that. Don't know when it's going to start exactly, but
Hey,
I'll let you guys know ahead of time and kind of get the beer train rolling. So other than that, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram, Untapped, all same names, YouTube, everything, Instagram. Just look up Poon Sauce McNasty, and you can find me pretty much anywhere. Other than that, that's all I got. What about you, Swaggins? What do you got going on?
what do I have going on? Oh, I'm hanging out. I'll be watching whatever shows are on, preferably between the hours of when I wake up and when I go to bed.
Yeah.
Pants, I may wear them. I may not. Depends on how warm it is. And that's what I've got going on this week. What about you, James?
Of course, you guys stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll have the video for the K Vapors 21-700 Turk Edition. That'll be going up tomorrow if you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts on that. Of course, I also got a review coming for the Forza RDA. That might be coming out either this week or maybe towards the weekend. So you guys keep an eye out for that as well. I also want to remind you guys, go over there and check out the Amigos & Co. right after this show over there on the Amigos & Co. channel. Shout outs to our main mans, Chris Vandal, Breeze Tones, and of course Legion Vapes. Go check them out. Go show them some support because they always continue to show us some support, and we're all about community growth and just showing love to our brothers over there. And of course, also make sure you tune in to Mixing It Up tomorrow night. If they, I'm not 100% if they're having a show, but they do have shows on Tuesday nights over there on Mr. KVTV's channel. If you guys are interested in DIY mixing, you want to learn some tricks and tips, and you just are interested in what the fellows might be mixing up that week, go check them out on KVTV's channel every Tuesday night. Same time as this show, guys. 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. They got Sifu Mustache, Mitch Hogut, a.k.a. Hogut's Yogurts, my main man, Overdrip, and of course, KVTV. And then, of course, you can check me out on Friday for the Green Room on my channel, Frames Jank Vapor. Same time as this show again, 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, you can also check out the Shed Time Podcast every Sunday on the ShedTimePodcast.com. Go over there, go check it out. Of course, you can follow us on SoundCloud. Listen to us on any other podcasting platform as well. But if you want to follow us on SoundCloud and get a chance to take part in some giveaways, go over there and follow us there and all that good stuff. We got a 200 follower giveaway and a 500 follower giveaway coming up right after that, guys, of some pretty cool stuff. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it, guys. So I just want to thank you guys all for coming and hanging out with us for another Ohmies Monday. Go hang out over with the amigos after this. You guys will probably see me popping in over and chat. I'm probably just going to hang out, have some shed time, just, relax for the rest of the night because back to work tomorrow. And, fresh start for a fresh day. So with all that being said, guys, let's end this as we always do, sending out all those positive vibes, the crisp high fives. Let's just vape on, Ohmies.